Well, hey guys, it's me again, Alistar. I've decided I wanted to probably introduce more of what I want to do with this channel through the video, but then for the most part, I'm just gonna riff. Mainly, what I want this channel to be is just kind of like an accountability tool, but also just a way for me to check in, just kind of check in with what I'm doing in life. You know, last video I said a lot of things, but I think this time I'm just gonna really try to focus on just speaking to the camera and probably looking at it too, so that I don't avoid the camera all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else I want to. That's kind of all I just wanted to address, is that this this YouTube channel is just mainly for me to have accountability and check in. I plan to do it for a year straight, once a week. So the goal is also because I'm trying to get better in life. You know, I'm trying to do things that are important to me. So I want to document that, and hopefully people want to watch that. If not, it's fine. I'm not really worried about people watching it. I would like people to. That's why I'm posting it, but we'll just see where it goes, you know. But yeah, you know, I guess I could just kind of talk about what I'm trying to do in life and see where that goes. Because right now it's like I'm 28. I'll turn 29 here in a few months. I moved in with my parents a few years ago. And I'm just trying to, right now, I'm trying to figure out the mess. Because it's like, this car that I'm in is not doing the best. Transmission's probably going to go out soon. I still owe about $2,000 left on it, so that kind of sucks. So I kind of lost out. I don't know if I'll be able to sell it for much. And then I'm stuck at my parents' house. That's not good language. I don't like that. I'm still at my parents' house. I moved out, you know, when I was 19, and then I think I stayed out for quite a while. But by the time I was 26, I couldn't really do it anymore. I was in a lot of debt. So, and I haven't really done much since moving back in. It's like I almost kind of just like have been in this like weird hamster wheel. I feel like I've gotten better emotionally in the last few years, so that's really cool. But in reality, it seems like, in materialistic ways, I haven't really achieved much. Which really doesn't mean shit when you consider like the emotional ways. But now it's like the emotions in my life are getting better, and energetically I'm finding that I'm just doing better because of that. And so I want to move out of my parents' house before I turn 30, but like set myself up so that I don't have to come back ever, because I can't go back after 30. That's crazy. I just feel so immature because of it, and I just don't want to live with my parents at this age. You know, it's not fun. Not fun for anybody, I don't think. It's been good though, really. Like, actually, I have a cool story. I don't know if like telling stories on here is, we'll see how this goes, but it was like the first month that I had moved back in, and me and my dad fight often, or had at least up until that point, especially when I was growing up. And I can't remember even what the argument really was about, but I remember my car wasn't working. The fob on my key wasn't, the RFID chip broke, so I wasn't able to start my car. And I'd quit my job out of like frustration. I was so like mad at that place. I had like literally $160 maybe total, like 60 in my checking account and 100 cash from something. And I don't know, we fought about something, and I just left the house because I couldn't be there. And I decided to walk to the gas station near my house. But like as soon as I step out of my parents' house, it was really cool sunset, like just crazy clouds, and like just kind of took my breath. And right as I'm like kind of admiring the sky, like a hawk flies really close to me, like way closer than I feel like normal. And like I've always kind of been superstitious and tend to like read into things, especially at that time. That was a very high time of me like ascribing meaning to things that, I don't know, like just, you know, things I saw in my life, and I would just give it meaning regardless of what I thought it actually, like, I was practicing giving things meaning so that the universe could communicate to me better. I don't know if that would resonate with anybody, but maybe it will. So I saw the hawk, started walking to the gas station, and just kind of was like feeling like something was in the air. It felt very like magical to me. And it was also, I think it was like getting ready to thunderstorm. So that was kind of why the clouds were so cool. It was like a sunny day and then thunderstorm rolled in and right at the perfect time. So I walked to the gas station and I was still using nicotine at that time. So I wanted some Zins, and I got in, grabbed like some water and some Zins. And on my way in, I forgot to mention this. I mean, this is a critical part. I was wearing a hat, and I saw a homeless dude, a tall black gentleman, and I was kind of just like, it's not typical where I'm from. I'm from, like suburbia, and so, in like northern America, in like Northwest America. So, I'm used to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why I'm discussing this. What I'm mainly trying to get at is just it wasn't typical for me to see. It's not typical for me to see, especially in this area, especially around that like time of my life. So I saw him and he saw me, and then he complimented me on my hat. He just yelled like, "Nice hat!" And I was like, "Thanks," went in and grabbed the water and the Zins and came out, and I just felt called to talk to him. I'd been knowing that like I wanted to, at the same time, as little as money as I had, I also wanted to be donating money. I was feeling very charitable, and so I just looked at it and I was like, I don't know, maybe this will, and maybe it was selfish, but I was thinking like if I gave him money, it would come back to me in a good way. So I did. So I talked to him for a bit actually before I gave him anything, and I just sat and talked and asked him about stuff, asked him about his life. And he was just trying to tell me he was in a rough spot, and like he was living in some kind of like weird, not like halfway house, but I don't know, like for maybe just people that aren't very fully there and can't really like handle life properly or live in this society, really. It's like tough society we live in. So I'm getting like the like stuff, and for some reason I just feel like I just wanted to tell him about what I was dealing with. And I was just like, dude, I'm like 26 and like I had to move in with my parents and just like feel like an idiot and feel like a failure, and I can't figure shit out, and I don't know if I'll be able to leave, like I just was, excuse me, just feeling stuck. And that dude was just such a beautiful soul, because he just looks at me and he's like, hey man, like some kids, they just leave their parents' house as soon as they can, and they do, and they never come back, and that's all they needed from their parents was up into that point. They learned their lessons and they were able to leave and go learn different lessons in different places. And he's like, some people aren't done with those lessons, and they come back and they still need to learn from their parents. And he's like, something that God's doing just is wanting to keep you where you're at so you can learn something. And like as he's saying this, like the thunderstorm is like fully going on, like there's like just like thunder, no rain, just behind his head. I don't even think he could see it. And like I was just like tearing up, and like it was the first time really in a large way that I'd like felt God's presence in like a personal respect, because I'd never really like, I don't know, it just felt very personal to me. It felt like only I would understand that like those messages, and it didn't feel like it was like some like grand conspiracy or anything like that. It just felt like God was there with me, and that's all I really needed to know, I guess. And that I was in like the right spot, no matter how like horrible it felt. And so like I was able to go back to my parents' house, and just kind of with that in mind, like that energy, I was able to tell my dad that I was sorry for what, like for just take, I just took the accountability. I decided whatever I feel like my dad's doing, whatever he's pissing me off about, all the things that he's done to me, like it doesn't even matter. Like, what am I doing, And I don't know. I don't even know why I told that story, but it was just an important experience for me. I think it was because I was talking about, my living with my family, my parents still, and that I was grateful for it, because that would be a sign of like me and my dad's relationship healing. And it's taken years for me and my dad to heal. And I don't think I would have been able to do it if I wasn't forced to live, or if I didn't like run my life into the ground and be left with the option of homelessness or my parents' house. I don't think me and him would have been able to like recover. Just the nature of how we handled things, like, you know, growing up, and some of the issues I took with him. So yeah, so I'm just grateful that even though I'm about to turn 29 and like I put so many things on hold, like I stopped trying to like find women to marry because I just realized like I can really take care of myself, so I can't really take care of a woman at this point. And so I've just put away a lot of stuff just to rebuild the like things like the relationships and like just my emotions and like now it's like, okay, I feel good, I feel fine, like I don't feel like I'm immoral just existing anymore. I feel like I don't think I'm good or bad, you know, like it doesn't matter like that anymore to me. Like I know God loves me and I don't really need to worry about that. I know that like I'm divinely guided by this universe and the things in it. And death is merely an illusion. I don't know how to explain it more than that, but I know that now. So I can move on, I guess, from these emotions that I've been dealing with that keep me stuck in these areas. And it's good to know that, and it's good to feel that. It's just like taking the actions, and some of that's looking like right now I'm just trying to consider what are my options, because you know I have a few months for certain obligations that I've set up, like coaching and improv classes, where it's taking like X amount of my money, but once that's over, it's like I just need to, I don't know, I guess, sorry, I'm kind of verbally processing right there of what I want to do. What I want to do is just either sell my car and just bike to work and just bite the bullet and just be frugal as hell and get a decent car outright, and then get a shitty apartment and just make it work. And then hopefully I'll meet a woman that, like, I don't know, can pay half the rent, and then maybe I'll be able to breathe a little bit. Maybe by that point I'll also, since I'll have my own place, and I'll be feeling like I'm stacking my dubs, my wins. Sorry, that's a phrase. Dub stacking. It's just I just mean like collecting wins and stuff, but like focusing on the wins and turning losses into wins and learning from the losses and all that kind of stuff. I've called it dub stacking for a while, just like amongst friends and me telling people I'm doing better in life. So maybe I'll stack enough dubs to the point where when I'm living by myself that I'll feel confident in building a business, or who knows where this life will take me. But I just want to keep moving forward. I don't want to live at my parents' house forever. It's too easy to get stuck there. And I love my parents, but they will enable me in that, just by letting me live there. And so I need to get out. I'm not trying to like say I have to get out in like 6 months, but I think that's about the timeline I want to give myself, is about 6 to 8 months, maybe. Just putting a timeline so that it like works in that direction. And it's just like I need to, well, I don't want to talk about what I need. I want to talk about what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do, well, fuck, it all starts with my room. I can't even keep my room clean. I can't even budget. Like, it's all these little things that are still keeping me stuck. So what I'm doing, so yeah, here's what's good. What I'm doing, what I'm going to do about it, what I have been doing about it, is I've been reaching out to a coach who's helping me strategize my life, helping me set up my weeks, trying to move forward in my life. He's guiding me. So that's helpful. It's really helpful, actually, because it's getting rid of a lot of like bad habits, and simultaneously I stopped playing video games and I stopped scrolling on my phone so much. Almost at all, but a little bit here and there. So I'm really trying to stop that. I've been trying to go to bed at good times, not looking at my phone screens, first thing, last thing of the day. So that's all been good. And I think I'm like, right now I'm getting really close to cleaning my room, which sounds so stupid, but I just got to figure out the right systems to make sure my room stays clean, because I can clean my room. I'm not stupid, and it's not like full of trash. It's just cluttered and clothes and disorganized. So I'm learning about how my systems work. That's the lesson I'm taking through this. And I'm really trying to figure out the systems I need so that when I clean my room, I can just maintain it. And I've just never set up proper systems. And so that's in fruition. Part of that looks like me getting a dresser. So just trying to line up my money properly and get like a truck at the right time to acquire these things. Sorry, there's people driving like I'm in like a lone parking lot, but I said somebody like pull up all weird. What I meant to say was that I'm just trying to like set up the systems so that I don't have basically just laundry. Laundry's getting everywhere. And part of it's just because of the size of my room that I live in, but the other part of it is just the amount of shit that I have. So 2 options: get more storage or reduce my shit. And I think I'm gonna do both. So I'm just trying to get a dresser and some storage bins here in a bit. And the dresser's just been kind of difficult, but we'll figure it out. Also, what else? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot. I guess I'm just kind of letting you into my mindset where I'm at. I'm just trying to figure out the room. So because if my room's not clean, I don't want to sit in my room and try to budget. And a lot of the way my parents has their house set up kind of triggers me in a way to just want to stay in my room. So I don't feel comfortable going into the living room or the kitchen or wherever else to do it. And maybe I could just get over any of those beliefs could all just be solved just by me just saying fuck it and I'm going to do it either way. But I think cleaning my room, getting some storage, reducing the amount of stuff I have will reduce a huge load of my energetic stress. So from there, I'll get that taken care of. I think simultaneously, I'm going to also focus on my budget, because I can't do anything without a budget. I don't know where any of my money's going. All I'm doing is just barely making sure that I have enough room in between the main things I have to pay for. And then I'm just basically blowing the rest on food and random shit. Like random little things that I feel like will better my life, but typically it's just adding more shit. What are you doing, dude? Why are you... I don't know. Sorry, I'm in a parking lot, like I said, just people being weird. I don't think I'm gonna end it there. I think that was good. If anybody has any feedback, genuinely appreciate it. I truly could use the guidance or the help or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say. But cool, yeah, we did it. Second one on the books.